Matt Eberflus is the worst coach in the NFL, probably the worst Bears coach I've seen in my lifetime. 13-30 as a head coach, 5-17 in one-score games, 0-18 on the road as a head coach on Sundays, 2-13 against division rivals. So the statistics, his record, everything about him as a head coach is terrible. And in a must-win situation, your team needs to win. Devastating loss after devastating loss for this Bears team. You fumble the bag and you play not to lose. You play scared. You cost them another victory. You give them another devastating loss, another Commanders level loss, because you want to settle for a 46-yard field goal. You look at the statistics for Cairo Santos since 2020, 76% from 45 plus yards, kicking that range, 100% 40 yards and less. I don't know why you don't run another play. Everybody that was watching this Bears game is like, hey, they're going to run another play, aren't they? They're expecting another play. You let the clock go. 46-yard field goal you settle for. You have 30 seconds left in the game. You have a timeout. Don't run another play. It's just mind-boggling to me. And Eberflus said in the press conference, he doubled down on it. He would do it again. It's like, what are we talking about? Players, coaches, media, everybody is just laughing at the Bears. Everybody, all the players that get interviewed in the press conferences from the opposing team is like, we expected another play. We expected them to do this. They did the opposite. Dan Quinn for the Hail Mary, he said, the play before the Hail Mary was an important play. We needed to have that to get the Hail Mary. Eberflus, that play didn't matter. We're playing to stop the Hail Mary. It doesn't make sense. So another devastating loss for the Chicago Bears. And watching this Bears team, they came out with juice. Offense looked great. Quarterback looked great. Defense made enough plays to win this game, I feel like. Interception at the goal line, stopping the Packers on 4th and goal. Eberflus was the sole reason they lost this football game again. And this has been multiple occasions for the Bears. Eberflus has been the sole reason they lost the game. So Kevin Warren, Ryan Poles, McCaskey, I know you want to keep that tradition of not firing coaches during the season, but this is getting ridiculous. Instead of doing better with your job on the line, he's coaching worse. So I just don't understand why Flus is still head coach for the Chicago Bears. I feel like Eric Washington, promoting him to head coach would be a solid move. Thomas Brown, I like what I saw from him in his first game as OC. Hightower, I wouldn't mind that either because he deals with the defensive players and the offensive players, deals with the whole team on special teams. I wouldn't be mad at that. But Eberflus, we're wasting our season having this guy as our head coach. You really can't get a fair assessment of Caleb Williams. Commanders, he should have won that game. Game-winning drive there. Packers, game-winning drive. Should have happened. But Eberflus, coaching malpractice every week. He's showing you the opposite of what you should do as a head coach. The Chargers, they ran the ball instead of settling for a field goal. J.K. Dobbins scored a touchdown. Buffalo Bills, instead of settling for a field goal, Josh Allen scored a touchdown. Sealed the game. Patrick Mahomes, they couldn't do nothing. Down 2 possessions. So really with this Bears team, 4-6 right now, they should be 6-4 at the least. You look at the Patriots game, Cardinals game, those 2 games, you don't lose like that with a better coach. You definitely don't lose this game or Commanders game if you have a better coach. So coaching, really, this roster has a talent to be a 10-win, 11-win team. But with bad coaching, they can't overcome that. The roster is not to the level where they can overcome bad coaching. They still need great coaching. And you see that be the reason why this team might lose the rest of the games. They might lose the rest of their games this season. At the most, they win 2 games left for the season. So if we have Jim Harbaugh, we are an 11-win team. I think we might even be better than the Chargers with the roster we have right now, with the talent we have. Jim Harbaugh would come in and the culture would be different. We are at least, we maybe only lose 1 or 2 games. We could probably lose 1 game with Jim Harbaugh in the building. Ben Johnson, I think we're a 10-win, 11-win team at the end of the season. So it's just really sad seeing another season get wasted. Eberflus, you look at him, what he did to Justin Fields ruined his career, basically. Waldron, Getsy, those guys, obviously they were terrible coaches, but scapegoated a little. Eberflus is still remaining the problem because in those game-winning situations when you need to have it, he shits the bed. He pisses down his leg. Coaching malpractice week after week. 2 weeks now. Yeah, Caleb Williams should have had a game-winning drive. It's taken from him. And Eberflus, the one thing he could hang his head on is being a great defensive-minded coach. He would be a great defensive coordinator, but against great offensive minds, Matt LaFleur always has his number. Matt LaFleur cooks him every time. Watson, Jordan Love, those guys made enough plays to win this game. Drove down the field, scored game-winning, drove down the field multiple times on the Bears when it mattered. You look at that 4th and 3, 5 minutes left in the game. Eberflus, like I said, job on the line. You need to win this game. You need to win this football game. And you don't go for it on 4th and 3 when you're 3 for 3 on 4th down. Caleb Williams is cooking. You punt the ball. Jordan Love, Packers drive down the field quickly. In like 2 minutes they score. So it's just, seeing Eberflus week after week, you are numb to losses like this. You're not surprised by losses like this. You expect that field goal to get blocked. So it's just really sad. Could have been a great win for this team, and the players deserve better. The fans deserve better. And Ryan Poles, you might be on your way out now with Eberflus too, because if you have the opportunity, if you are able to fire Eberflus and you're not doing it, you got to go as well. If it's McCaskey and the owners that are holding your hand, that are holding you back on this, not allowing you to fire a coach mid-season, then okay, I understand it. But if you are able to fire him, you should have fired him last year. So that's a strike on you as well. Ryan Poles, you might have to go as well. And I'm a big Ryan Poles believer. I love the moves he's made. He's made this roster a lot better since he came in the 3 years. But this is unacceptable. The coach we have, we're getting laughed at by media. We're getting laughed at by players. We're getting laughed at all around the world for some of his mistakes. The bright side of things, we lose this game, but Caleb Williams shows us he's the king of the fourth. Caleb Williams steps up huge in the fourth quarter, and most rookie quarterbacks in the league, they struggle game-winning situations. Justin Fields struggled in game-winning situations, but Caleb Williams, multiple occasions, drove us down the field, put us in position to win. Commanders game, we lost. This game, he put us in position to win. 3rd and 19. He did a better job in this game, not taking sacks, only was sacked 3 times, 2 sacks on the last drive, 2 straight sacks. Braxton Jones got killed, and the other sack really wasn't Caleb Williams' fault. But 3rd and 19, evades pressure, 17-yard pass to Rome Odunze, big play, huge play, and you follow up with that, another pass to Rome Odunze, 4th and 2, back shoulder fade, which was on the fucking money. Perfect back shoulder, throw. One of his best throws I've seen this season. Set us up, kept us going, kept this offense going. You're looking at 3rd and 19. You're like, this isn't going to happen. This is why you thought we had a chance to win this game, because stuff like 3rd and 19, setting up a manageable 4th down, you're like, this shit doesn't usually happen. Caleb Williams continued to drive. We're like, we're not used to seeing shit like this. We're not used to a quarterback doing this for us. And that throw to Keenan Allen was great as well, setting us up in field goal position. So it's just tough. Caleb Williams putting his heart out there. He has a lot of fight in him. He never gives up. That's one thing you could say about him. He says all the right things at the podium as well, but he's just, he is the guy, I feel like. And I feel even more, I'm really confident about how good he is, and I know the coaching is bad, the situation is bad, but he's overcoming it. He's going to overcome it. With this new coaching staff that comes in next year, he'll be fine. He'll be able to take those next steps. But right now, what I'm seeing from him in the midst of all this dysfunction has been great. He had a meeting with the offense, pulled the guys aside and said, I'm sorry for my part in, Shane Waldron getting fired. So he says all the right things. He is a leader, has the right emotion, has the right passion for the game. So I really like what I've seen from Caleb Williams so far. And yeah, back to him being great in the fourth quarter. He's completed 66.67. He's completed 66.67% of his passes in the fourth. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 89.9 passer rating in the fourth. On fourth down, huge, important down to win games in the fourth. 15 for 18, 158 yards and a touchdown. And he had the best PFF grade against this Packers defense. This Packers defense is elite. Really good defense. Xavier McKinney, this defense is really good. But Caleb Williams showed up big in his first division game. It showed us exactly what it looks like to have a franchise quarterback. He outplayed Jordan Love, was way better than Jordan Love in this game. And Rome Odunze is his guy. Down the stretch, when you need to have it, Rome Odunze is his guy. And he said that in the press conference. Rome Odunze is my guy. Talking about, making the plays in the fourth quarter down the stretch. Rome Odunze, 70% catch rate in the fourth. 154 yards in the fourth as well. So those guys together, fourth quarter, they got to have it. They get it usually, more often than not. So I really like how that connection's looking because Caleb Williams is a future. Rome Odunze is just as much as a future with Caleb. And that duo having the connection off the field that they do and on the field when it matters most, they have that connection too. It's really encouraging. I thought Thomas Brown did a great job with this offense in his first game, calling plays. More condensed formations, max protection when it needed to happen, getting the ball out quick. Caleb played with confidence, great communication with Caleb. Caleb said as soon as the play was over, Thomas Brown was in the headset, had another play ready for him. And him being in the booth obviously made a big difference too. You saw him have that emotion, have that compassion like Caleb did, in the booth, dabbing somebody up, excited right before half. So that's an OC that we need. And I'm really upset that we didn't make this move earlier. I feel like after Washington, this move should have been made. So you would have beat the Patriots. I think you would have had a better shot against the Cardinals. Those are 2 games you win, you're in a better shot to make the playoffs. Eberflus probably sticks around, though, if we make the playoffs. But Thomas Brown did exactly what we would want from this OC change. Caleb played better. Caleb was more confident. He got the most out of Caleb. Got the ball in all the playmakers' hands. Odunze had 6 catches, 65 yards. Kokomet, 3 catches, 41 yards. I want Kokomet to get more targets, more production. Think that will come. DJ Moore got his targets. He made plays in this game. Maybe get DJ Moore 10 targets because he is a focal point. He was happy in this game. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, there was more effort from those guys. Swift, 14 carries, 71 yards rushing. He was a big playmaker. That touchdown he had. Braxton Jones killed that DB. That was an exciting play. Roschon Johnson, 10 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. I really like having those guys get their fair share of carries, each of them. I think Roschon Johnson, 10 carries, 15 carries a game. Really like that. Moving forward, hopefully we continue with that. And Swift, he's going to make plays. He's a big playmaker for us. 14 carries, 22 yards, receiving 2. I think that's right around where we should have him. I don't think he should get the full bell cow production, but him and Roschon together as a duo, really like that a lot. There was more motioning. This offense looked a lot more creative. We were going for it on fourth down with creativity, great play calling. The back shoulder throw, great play calling. Some of the fourth down designs, really liked what Thomas Brown did. So really, offense came out. Caleb had heart. Offense played with heart. Thomas Brown coached with heart. Defensively, some of those defensive players played with heart. There were some crucial plays that happened in this game for the Bears to win this game. The head coach ultimately didn't coach with heart. So it's a tough loss for sure, to say the least. But I would want him to get an extension done with, Keenan Allen. I would want him to stay with the Chicago Bears for maybe 2 or 3 more years because he's coming off his best season last year with the Chargers, and he only did it in 13